Hi, my name is Idan, and I am a teacher in Israel. Uh, I choose to speak about the atmosphere that I have in class, which is pretty typical to the general atmosphere in classes and schools in Israel. We feel here that there's some sort of competition, not necessarily a good competition between schools, between classes, between students. And this leads sometimes to, let's call it, some academic fights, as some students are trying to get advantage over the others. So for me, the goal here is to change this atmosphere as much as I can. Try to make at least, for my class to be a bit different, and from there, maybe if things work okay, we can spread it out to the school, and maybe hopefully one day even to the system itself. So here you can see a poster from the class that we have. This is what most classes in Israel have, some sort of an artifact that speaks and try to educate on very basic concepts between children, between students, between human beings. You can see to the left, I will read it out, the concepts in English, which is respecting each other, being patient, try individually to do the best, learn from our mistakes, create, smile, and enjoy together, help each other out, and be happy with your friend's success. So these are things that to me are a bit general, not always easy to implement thoroughly. And what I will try to do with my plan is try to make things work a little bit better and to be more specific. So my put into action plan that I will try and already trying to implement these days, the put it into action plan. So I think the key to begin with is to explain to the students the new goals, which is basically, if I need to summarize it, it would be we are a team. The school is one team, one big team, which is made of small teams, which are the classes. And from now on, we need to make sure that each student is in line with us and no one is left behind, because that's what we do as a team. We help everybody out. No one is going to be left behind. And this is something I will definitely donate as much time as possible to make sure, to confirm it's happening. So from here, we're going to try to create a more relaxed surrounding. That would be my job, to rethink the lesson planning. Lessons should not be fast and try to accomplish as much as material as possible. We will try to slow things down, make sure everything and everyone is with us, and in general, just making things, the basics thing, more clear. And maybe we'll have to cut down on some things like examples and other things, but the basic should be clear, and from there we can move on. We're going to start to learn in bigger groups. I'm going to mix and match students, putting sometimes groups of couple of strong students with weaker ones. Try different combinations, see what's working, and try to stick with that long term. This balance between the students, I think it's very delicate, and this is something that I'm looking into. All students will be engaged to alternative activities as much as possible, and this will be considered as a bonus to those who care about it. We will try, if there's a student that wants to learn more, wants to deepen his knowledge, definitely it will be supported and agreed on. I will speak to specific students on a regular basis. I believe that those who are a bit slower and need some support should be monitored very closely, not only academically, but also on the mental side, to see how they're doing, how they're feeling about the situation. It would be my responsibility to give them the extra support when it's necessary. They are part of us, and we have to leave them just like that. Last thing, this is not a trivial issue, but talk to the parents, speak to them, try to convey the situation and what we're trying to accomplish here. They should talk to their kids about the importance of succeeding as a group, not just as an individuals. So this is the plan, and now about how I implemented this plan based on this learning mindset and skills mock. I think that the most important stuff to be considered here is taking control on the situation and then taking action. By taking control, it's putting a planned process together, and through that, the change in mindset can happen. The MOOC has given me several ideas, and they helped me to understand that there is a better way to implement a change. Since the power of mindset in general and the power of learning mindset in particular are very meaningful, I think that can be done. The changes in the learning community to promote learning mindset and skills. So what I have think about is when giving to students reasoning that makes sense to them and benefit them, they will usually listen and cooperate. That's a big thing for me to find during the process. This is something that every day and every hour should be on my mind. I think that feeling of being part of a team, which was maybe the key mindset, I think here, has given many formerly unmotivated students a push in the right direction. It is so important in the current atmosphere to feel positive about your place and role within the class, which is why the policy of a team and to carefully monitor those weak students are becoming the main issue in the mindset. Students know that they can trust their friends and the teacher to help them out so they will not be left behind. Trying to think a few steps forward, although of course things will be taken day by day, week by week, month by month before future major steps can be taken. That will be me trying to get more and more teachers involved in this plan. I will ask for co-teachers to their opinion on each step that I'm taking, of each analyzing that I'm doing, while monitoring and measuring this thing. In terms of measuring, my plan is to sit down in person with each and each student and in the first part of the conversation to ask questions on how things are today. Some will be on the student himself, academic-wise or social-wise, and some question will be on the class. I'm thinking of asking even to grade, for the students to grade some of these questions from 1 to 10 so I can later on analyze it and see the change. This will be done optimally on a daily basis. I think that a constant follow-up is required here to measure successfully what is working better and what's not. So then with the other teachers, the goal is to have them also use some of the findings in their class. After a while, if things will work out, or at least some of them, then the big step would be turning it into a detailed story that can be shared with other schools in the community. I am sure that along the way we'll have also a few study cases that we can all learn from. This is quite exciting to me, and learning mindset is now my guide for the following weeks. Let's see what change we can do.